Welcome back from spring break. We got a lot of snow. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, for this week in our class, you'll be reading chapter 3 from the textbook and then learning a little bit more about experimenting with technologies, which is the focus of this class, or of this week anyway, from a presentation there. And then there is another technology exploration experience. So you can look at tools for communication and collaboration and tools for student experimentation here on the wiki. And you can explore other tools as well in your technology exploration. There aren't a lot under student experimentation because it's kind of hard to find ones that match a whole bunch of different subject areas. But there are a few, and then of course communication and collaboration is an option. Anyway, you're going to do It's My Creation again. So you're going to play around with those technologies enough to create something that you can share on the discussion board, like we did a few weeks before today in previous classes, or in previous weeks in this class. So you're going to look at those, post something that you created, and then share your thoughts about two other students' posts, and just tell about it. Tell about what you created. And then finally, the makerspace assignment, the information sheet makerspace assignment is here. And it is due this week, so due March 18th, the end of this week. And so that's an assignment where you have to create an information sheet about an item that can be used in a makerspace. So if your makerspace might include something like snap circuits, you could create an information sheet about snap circuits. And make this sheet and then submit it by the end of the week so that you have a sheet that tells about one of these tools. Or if you have a makerspace item that is maybe toilet paper tubes, maybe there's a bunch of those around, and you can talk about that, or paper airplanes. Even something as simple as that would work to allow students to do some exploration and constructive learning in a makerspace. Remember that later in the semester we'll have a makerspace experience due, in which you'll have to kind of lead a makerspace experience and have that happen somewhere in your classroom. But I need you to let me know, though, if that's not a possibility for you to set something up. There may be a possibility for you to double up or to help out in another makerspace that I'm aware of that's going on. Of course, that would be locally. If you're far away, that might not work too well for you. But anyway, let me know if setting up or helping out setting up a makerspace and working with someone on that might not work out for you. Then let me know, and we can figure out what alternative assignment you might be able to do with that. Also, you can pair up on this. So let's say you have a couple of my students want to do a makerspace in a certain location. You can combine forces to do that. So that's the makerspace assignment. This is just the information sheet part of that assignment, though, that's due this week. So it's just a sheet telling about one of the makerspace items that might be in your makerspace. And so here's the requirements here. If you look at the whole requirement here, you'll see all of the different elements, but we're just focusing right now on number 1. You need to choose a makerspace item and create an information sheet on this item, and sharing what it can do, introduce the item, share what it can do, and suggest some possible things K-12 students could do with the item. So that depends on what level of student you want to choose. But yeah, you want to add some challenges and so forth. So it should include these things: the name and the picture of the makerspace item, subtitle that shares what the item can do, 2 to 3 suggestions of what you can do with the item, including very basic steps for each. So I'm going to be looking for some basic steps, like step 1, open up the app. Step 2, turn on the robot, or whatever it is. And then 3 to 5 extra challenges that students can do with the item that go beyond the suggestions above. Again, you're looking for extra challenges, so label it extra challenges, and then give them a few extra challenges that might make them go a little bit deeper once they've learned how to use that makerspace item pretty well. And then you'll just submit this to the Dropbox in D2L. I think the ideal format would be in a PDF, but for this one I'll probably take a variety of formats. Later on, by the end of this semester, organize a makerspace experience for K-12 students. So the information sheets that can be created could be used for this, And for this assignment, 40% of your grade is based on the information sheet and 60% is based on the makerspace you organized. Now these makerspaces, my challenge is to have a makerspace of at least 45 minutes long for students in a K-12 setting. And you're also going to have to reflect upon this setting. What evidence of constructive learning did you see? And you're going to submit this when you're done with the makerspace experience. Describe some experiences that happened or things students did to help you know that constructive learning happened. List and discuss a few challenges, and list and discuss a few ideas for changing it if you were to do it again. So that's the idea there. The reflection has to be submitted later. The information sheet has to be submitted this week. Whenever you hold your makerspace is up to you, but it does need to be done by the end of the semester for this class. So that's something to be aware of. And again, let me know if you're not going to have a chance to do your own makerspace or be able to set it up for working with someone else, and maybe I can connect you with some of my other students who are doing those as well. So that's the makerspace assignment. I think we've talked about it a little bit before, but the information sheet is due today. Now let me take a minute and just show an example of an information sheet, what it might look like. Back here on February 27th through the March 4th, I've included one, and I think I shared this before, but just as a reminder. This example makerspace information sheet on Dash Robot. And so if you look here, it has a title and a subtitle and a picture, and it tells some things that you can do. For instance, there's Control Dash, turn on Dash and connect him. Each one of these has steps. Open the WonderWorks Path app, draw a path in the app. And then there are also extra challenges. And so each of these challenges are going beyond the basics on the left-hand side, but that's an idea of an information sheet. It's usually just one page. This one has 2 pages in it, but it doesn't need them. It's just a 1-page information sheet as an example there. So that's what's going on this week, and we're learning about experimenting with technologies. Good luck on your assignments, and let me know if you have any questions.